Hi everyone, welcome to week 5. So this week we're starting our Am I the A-hole intervention argument paper. And since we're doing that, I want to make sure everyone's really comfortable with Reddit and with this forum in particular. So first assignment this week is our AITA practice case analysis. And basically I just want you to go onto the Reddit forum, Am I the A-hole? And then I want you to select just any case from that page. It doesn't have to be one that you want to write your paper about, because I really just want you to get a sense of like what these cases are like. Maybe go through a few of them until you find one that you're kind of interested in. And then what I want you to do is share that link, copy and paste quotes that you think could be important, like that you could potentially use in your essay if you were going to use this. And then I want you to do a little bit of a reflection. Whose side are you on at the end of reading this? Can you see both sides? Why or why not? And it's okay if you can't see both sides, because again, you don't have to write your paper about this one, right? And then do you think this would be a good case to write about for an essay? Why or why not? Okay. And so again, this point of this assignment is just to get a little bit of a feel for Reddit, to get a little bit of a sense of what this assignment is going to be asking for, what kind of cases are available to you if you want to look at the forum and get a sense of like the breadth. And so that's kind of the goal here. Now, the next assignment that's due on Wednesday, this one is going to be actually asking for you to pick. And so I want you to pick one of the cases from Reddit and that you're going to write your paper about. And for this one, I want you to do a little bit more depth of analysis, okay? So share your link again to which one you chose. And then I want you to start kind of thinking about this in terms of evidence. What evidence does the original poster of the Reddit post use to support their argument that they're correct, right? And that their behavior was correct in the situation? Then I want you to try and think about what evidence you have to show what the other side thinks is correct. Okay, so if it's somebody who's in an argument with their mom, for example, and we're only getting their perspective of the situation, I want you to try to think about what might the mom be upset about, okay? And it's okay to speculate a little bit here. What we're doing then is we're trying to fill in the gaps. What kind of information is this person not including? Maybe they aren't including that they're yelling a lot or that their room is really messy or something like that, okay? But the most important thing that you can do is find a case that has some evidence of the other side, okay? And so look for little details, okay? My mom shrugged. My mom said she had to go to the store. You know, like any kind of details that give us a sense of what the mom is thinking and doing is going to really go a long way in the paper, okay? So try to collect that evidence. And then at this point, I want you to do the reflection to decide who do you think is right and wrong in the situation, okay? And I did include several options here. These are the options provided on Reddit. There's a few others. But basically the idea here is that you're going to determine who was right and wrong in the situation. And then I need you to explain why. And so this I wanted to make into a discussion. And the purpose of that is because this is a project where I really think we benefit from getting other people's sides, perspectives, right? And so I want you to share your post that you've chosen for the paper. And we're going to have a few other opportunities to do this, but if you're reading people's posts in here, one of the things I want you to do for this assignment is to comment on someone's post on the discussion board. And you can give them just general feedback like, oh, this is a really good one, or something like this happened to me, or something like that. You can give that kind of general feedback. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you can see potentially the other, like an argument for the other side of the story, then that would be really helpful, I think, to people. This is the hard part of this paper, is trying to figure out how to not come across as biased. And we're only getting one side of the story directly, okay? And so it's a real challenge. So if you're noticing, like, actually, the mom might be thinking this because she said blah, 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 blah. That's the kind of stuff that can really go a long way. And so then when we start working on the rest of the paper next week, that person might have a little bit of an advantage now that they've gotten that insight, okay? Let me know if you have any questions. That's it for this week. I'm going to start grading your narrative arguments very soon. And so look for those grades soon. And let me know if you have any questions about anything. Have a good week.